Joining us now, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Good to see you both. Congressman, I've done all I can do. That's not true. I'll even put it back up on the screen, because in the first 100 days in office, he rescinded through executive fiat, stroke of a pen, everything that was working: stay in Mexico policy, border wall construction, Title 42, et cetera. All of this and more, you know, he literally rescinded his first 100 days in office. Right. Now, with the stroke of another pen, he could put them back in place. So he hasn't done all he can do. He doesn't need Congress to do what Trump did to give him and hand off to him the most secure border ever.
Very true. Three things he did: intentionally, deliberately, willful, right from the get-go. He said, no more remain in Mexico while we evaluate your asylum claim, no more building the wall, and when you get here, you're going to be released. That incentivized the entire world to come here. That's why we've had people from over 180 different countries come into our country, and 300 and some on the terrorist watch list, for goodness sake. So God bless Chairman Green and his committee for bringing forward these two articles of impeachment. One, failure to comply with the law. Two, breach of public trust. And that breach of public trust is important because Mr. Mayorkas has said all kinds of things that are not accurate to the American people, and just as importantly to the United States Congress, who's supposed to represent the American people, and that's what they're holding him accountable for. God bless him for doing it.
You know, Ken Paxton, let me ask you, because there was a deadline of Friday, and it seemed like Joe Biden was setting up a showdown at Eagle Pass in Texas between, you know, National Border Patrol agents and the Texas National Guard. He's being urged by Democrats to federalize the Texas National Guard. The best thing to come out of that is Border Patrol agents have spoken out in solidarity with the Texas National Guard. They have no intention of cutting that razor wire, and they have no intention of having a showdown in Texas against fellow law enforcement people and military people.
Yeah, from the beginning, Joe Biden has ordered Border Patrol to do things that they did not want to do, which is not do their job, not just not do their job, but aid and abet the cartels to get as many people in here as fast as possible. And he's been doing that the entire time he's been in office, and I'm grateful for law enforcement in Texas and Border Patrol, because they do care about their jobs. They do care about protecting not just my state, but the entire country. And it's clear that Joe Biden is not just not doing the job. He's actually helping the cartels, and he knows it.
Yeah, and I tip my hat, by the way, to all the Republican governors that are standing in solidarity with Governor Abbott and the people of Texas. Jim Jordan, I've been asked this question a lot. Why impeach Mayorkas when the policies came from Joe Biden? Joe Biden is the one that rescinded the policies of Donald Trump with a stroke of a pen. He's the one that set in motion nearly 10 million unvetted, illegal Joe Biden immigrants into this country. He allowed that to happen. Mayorkas is basically just taking orders from the commander-in-chief, is he not?
Yeah, that's true, and the ultimate responsibility does reside with the President of the United States, and frankly, there's an impeachment inquiry that we have relative to the President on a number of other issues. But Mayorkas is the one who's carried out this policy. Mayorkas is the one who hasn't been square with the American people when he's testified in front of the United States Congress, and that's part of what Chairman Green and his committee have as their articles of impeachment. So that's why there's a focus there. Sean, this is just one part of what needs to be done. The second thing is we as Congress need to use the power of the purse. We had one of Mr. Paxton's assistants in front of our committee in Judiciary today, and I asked him a simple question. Should we call a timeout? No more asylum seekers, no more migrants get to come into the country. He agreed with me 100%. We're on pace to get to 12 million in the Biden presidency. 12 million, that's equivalent to the entire population of Ohio. We're the 7th largest state, for goodness sake. So let's say timeout. No more money can be used. No American tax dollars can be used to process or release into the country any new migrants. And how about this one? No money can be used by the federal law enforcement to go down there and dismantle the barriers that Texas taxpayers have put up. We shouldn't use American tax dollars for that. So those simple sentences should be put on the spending bill.
Is there anything else legally that you see, Ken Paxton, that Governor Abbott can do?
Look, I think he's doing everything he possibly can, and I think he's going to continue to do that. He's going to keep putting up the wire, keep putting up the fences, and we'll just see what Joe Biden does. Look, Joe Biden's in a very different situation than he was at the beginning of his term. He's now facing re-election. His poll numbers are being hurt dramatically by this illegal immigration thing. So I'm not convinced that he's going to continue to press at cutting down our wire, because all of that's going to get caught on videotape, and it's going to hurt his reelection chances. And I think he's done already, but certainly he's starting to realize if he keeps doing this, it's only going to hurt his possibility of being president again.
All right, Ken Paxton, thank you. And also Jim Jordan, thank you.